What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. This video is entitled Beautiful People versus Beautiful Looking People. I think this is a problem. People think beautiful people are the same as beautiful looking people. And those are two different things. Beautiful people are beautiful people who have beautiful qualities, beautiful character, beautiful integrity. And one of the mistakes that we seem to make is if we see somebody who looks good, we ascribe them of being a good person. And that's not true. You know, people look at looks as if looks equal your integrity. And as a man, we fall for this a lot because we look at beauty as like I can overlook her bad character traits because of how good she looks. But the less good looking you are, the less you're going to overlook. So that becomes a problem because, you're willing to spend your time with a beautiful looking person over a beautiful person. Now, I don't want people to get it twisted and be like, if you're obese that with a good heart, that doesn't really, you can have a good heart, but the question is, how long is your real heart gonna last if you're obese? That's the question. So, part of beauty is actually being is actually loving yourself. And beautiful people aren't self-destructive. They might not be the best looking people on the planet, but they don't do things that are self-destructive to their life. So I don't want people to go too far away from what I'm talking about on this one. So here's the thing, and you see it all the time. Women have the same issue. They get upset because they quote unquote get bitter because they probably got burned by some guy, but they didn't care if he was a beautiful person. They cared if he was a beautiful looking person. So what attracted her to him was his quote unquote, his handsomeness in her eyes. So, you get what you ask for, because if you're overlooking quality of character for quality of looks, you can't ask for character when you chose looks. Like, a lot of times what we're trying to do in an ideal sense is mix together a beautiful person with a beautiful looking person. That's the ideal. But some of us are settling. My opinion, I would settle for a beautiful person over a beautiful looking person. Because usually beautiful people have, not just they have skills, but they understand humanity. See, beautiful looking people are not narcissistic. They're self-centered. And beautiful people are, in a sense, selfless. So beautiful people are considerate. Beautiful people are understanding. Beautiful people are patient. What is that old thing? That old biblical love is patient, love is kind, that type of thing. That's the qualities of beautiful people. Beautiful looking people are stereotyped as being the opposite of that. Unkind, impatient, impulsive, because they've been getting over in life because of their looks. And we forget this, And one of the things about it is, I think about, is the experience you'll have when you might not be attracted to a person, and they may do something. They may have a skill or a talent, or you see them doing certain actions, and it makes you overlook the fact that you're not attracted to them in an ideal sense. But when you look at them again, it's like, I like them. No, they're not the best looking person on the planet, but they just showed me something internally that is more attractive than outward looks. Now, some people might say, what do maybe you're not that kind of guy. I've had not good, quote unquote, unattractive girlfriends who were good people. That doesn't bother me. Me personally, I'm more of a body type. I like a good body, but you don't have to have be uber attractive in the face for me, because I've dealt with pretty girls who just weren't about anything, and it's a turnoff. And some people don't want to say that. Sometimes there are a lot of beautiful looking people that you're turned off by because of their character or the lack of intelligence, or they've been accustomed to being lazy and getting over on their looks, so they don't really put in work. And that goes for if they were not only not only in life but in relationships, because sometimes when you're around beautiful looking people, the narcissism in them makes them think, I'll let you be with me, so that's all, so I did something for you. And it's like, it's not a good look, but it happens. So catch 22. Now, when I look at certain things, it's funny, because what you see as you get older is people who are chasing beautiful looking people and overlooking beautiful people, and not understanding that those, and wanting those beautiful people to come back and bring quality to their lives. Because I think it works sometimes, because life is funny like that. Like, what goes around comes around, and everybody has their ups and downs. You will see beautiful looking people become less beautiful, and thus ending that, because beauty fades, right? And you'll see beautiful people become more attractive because of the things that they've done, the things that they've accomplished, their reputation precedes them, and when you see them, you see all the good qualities that have preceded them before they come into your presence. So that's an interesting thing, and sometimes beautiful people are into self-improvement, and they may wind up more attractive over time as far as being beautiful looking. Now, you can always get a mix of the two. You can get a beautiful looking person who works on self-improvement outside of looks and is a beautiful person, just like you can get a beautiful person who works on their self-improvements and wind up becoming a more beautiful looking person. But usually, I would say the rule is beautiful people do that far more than beautiful looking people, because in this society you can get overlooked for being a good person. People will take your kindness for weakness, but people will look at your attractiveness as a strength. Like, oh, you want to be in a company of somebody who everybody is attracted to. You might not necessarily want to be in a company of a person who's a really good person. You've seen plenty of times where people overlook great people to be in the company of just people that people view a certain way, or people quote unquote want to be around. So it becomes an interesting thing, to me at least, an interesting thing. So what goes around comes around, but I think ultimately we have to separate them, because a lot of times you got people who are upset at their choices in life because you're choosing to pick beautiful looking people over beautiful people, and you take losses in life because of that. But you, in some ways, blame the beautiful looking people for that. But when you won't blame your choice in picking somebody who's beautiful looking over somebody who's actually a beautiful person. So I'm done. I'm gonna go get something to eat. We out. Peace.